Hey guys, welcome back. This is a new little mini series I'm going to do where I put a mask on and kind of take the mask off and let you guys know a little more about me and just some kind of a little story time about my life. I may actually open a package or two in this section. I may talk to you about just some daily kind of life things, you know, things that go on in my life, some of the things that I've been doing. Today I have the Tatcha Violet C Radiance Mask. Now this mask is a very high in vitamin C. Vitamin C does help reduce discoloration. I have a lot of sun damage, those little brown spots right up here around the top. And I've been using this about once a week, and it's been really helping that. You put it on, you put a nice generous layer, not real thick. This is a little more of a pricey. I believe it's $110 for the jar, but you get a lot, and you use just like one scoop. That's one thing I like about the Tatcha products. You don't use a super lot. Yes, they are a little higher in price, but I don't know about you, but if something works, I would rather pay $100 for one thing that works than $10 for 10 items that end up in the trash can. So, and I have my glasses on today, so I am opening a box here. If you saw, I think it's up now, my Beauty Bakery review of their cake mix foundation and the mixing oil. I'm really loving that mixing oil. It has an incredible scent, and I could not, during the video, figure out where the scent came from. I have something that smells very similar. It is from Laura Mercier. I don't even know how to say it. Tarte au Citron. This is, let me see if I can't get the, focus. There we go. It is a, eau de toilette. It's like a perfume, basically. And it has the most interesting smell. There goes my background. I'm sorry, guys. It's blowing from the ceiling fan. I have tried everything to get that to stop. You know what? That might do it. I have it tied down every which direction, and it's still doing that. Let me see if that helps a little bit. Focus on me, guys. Sorry. Anyway, it has, I can't explain it. It's almost like a, if you like citrusy smells, but you like vanilla smells, it's kind of the two married together almost perfectly. It's like a lemon scone type smell, or a lemon, even a lemon cupcakey type smell. It's really, really good. I'm really just loving that. Will you stop? I tried to put a box there, guys, and hoping that would kind of help, and that's not even helping. I'm even actually reaching back here and holding it with my hand. It is 90 degrees here in Florida, and it's awful. Actually, you know what? There we go. I tucked it behind me. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. See, I moved too, and it's right behind me, and it's hanging on one of those racks that go all the way around it. I have it tied nearly as tight as you can, but I don't want to tear it, and it's still doing it. So I'm just going to let it go. You don't want to see what's behind it bleeding. But anyway, that is the smell that is very similar to the Beauty Bakery's, their baking oil. When I said it had a very similar smell, they smell very, very similar. And I'm absolutely adoring that smell. I'm sorry, guys. This is driving me nuts. Okay, I'm giving up on it. Anyway, so today I got another, the reason why I brought that up too, I got another package from the Beauty Bakery. I did think about it, and I'm like, well, you know, I ordered the baking powder, and I ordered the cake mix, the foundation, but I didn't try their flour. Their packaging is just freaking adorable. This is their setting powder, baking powder, and all of their products have the cutest little descriptions. And no, it's not like in a loose bag. It does come in a container. I did get the, this is the translucent, which is, it's got kind of a it's got kind of a tan kind of color to it. It is more of a true translucent than most of them that they call their translucent white. That is very pretty. It does sit nice on the skin. It's so hard to show a powder on here. But when you try a powder, you want something that's going to sit nice on the skin, and it's not going to look, you know, kind of cakey and crummy. And there's another thing in here, which I did not remember getting. Oh, it's a lip whip. It is a matte lip whip, and I will get to that later, actually. I'm dying to see it. I don't remember ordering a lip product, but it's very cute. It's decorated like the cone. Anyway, let's get right to what I wanted to, I like telling you guys things about me, and March just passed. I have a daughter. She was born March 23rd. She was born in South Miami Hospital. I was 15 when I got pregnant. I was 16 when I had her. I was still in high school, going through a lot. You know, her father was not very into the fact I was pregnant. Matter of fact, he said it wasn't his. All kinds of things. It was very hurtful, and it was a very hard time for me. And I had a very grown-up decision to make. I couldn't support myself, let alone a child at that point. So I didn't know what to do. I ran away from home. I went to stay with one of my very good friends. And in exchange, I told him, I'll clean your whole house. Just let me stay with you. Because it was him and his brother. And their parents actually, they stayed out of town. They traveled quite a bit. And it was the two boys were always there by themselves. And technically they lived with their parents, but their parents were never there. And I had been good friends all through high school with this kid, with this guy. Just friends. He was actually the guy that I eventually wound up dating for many years. It was his best friend. But the guy that got me pregnant, well, that was the father of my child, was somebody different. Yeah, I had dated him for about a year. And it just... he called me a liar. He told me this, he told me that. It was just, you know, it's a very hurtful time in my life. And hence why I'm doing the Get It Mask and Unmasking some of the truths in my life. I just thought it would be kind of a good time to sit down. I got time to sit with a mask on my face. I got a timer on the video and just chit-chat with you guys and, you know, get real. I do try to really push realness on my channel, and just, you know, this series is going to be really part of that. I've experienced a lot of things in my life, and I would love to share some of them with you. So, I ran away from home. I stayed with this guy, and after a couple of days, I called my mother, and I said to her, I got something to tell you. And later, my mom told me she already knew. She already knew. She says a mother knows these things, and I honestly think they do, because she knew. But I said, I got something to tell you. Please don't be mad. Please don't kill me, I think is what I even said. I told her I think I'm pregnant. I wasn't positive. I hadn't even taken a test at that point, but it's like, I just knew. I can't, that's why I say, I know what she's talking about when she says a mother knows. I just knew. I mean, you know when you miss your period, you know, you feel subtle changes in your body. And I think it was about 3 weeks, about 3 weeks pregnant at that point, and I kept feeling this funny flutter in my stomach, and especially when I laid on my stomach, because I used to sleep on my stomach, and every time I laid on my stomach, it was like, it felt like pressure, and I was just tired, and I didn't feel right, and I just knew my periods were never late. They were like clockwork, you know, and so I told her, and she said, let me come get you. So I went to go get her. I mean, she went to go get me. And it all went terribly wrong. I love my mom to death, but what she did at this point hurt me so bad. I mean, beyond. Give me 1 second here. Let me try to do something. Okay, you guys can let me know if that helps. I did kind of a funny thing. It may be better on this side than that side, but I'll scoot this way. What I did is actually I took a little shopping basket about this big that I had. I put a screwdriver in it and took a big clip and clipped it to the bottom of this. So I weighted this down. Hopefully it'll help. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, my mom, God, I wiped my face right there. That's not cool. And this is starting to set. I put this on right before I came in, and it says, I think 15 to 20 minutes. I tend to leave it a little longer. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here, guys, but the whole point is masks are uncomfortable to wear, for me at least, and some of the stories that I'm going to share with you are uncomfortable. But if they can help one person out there, it makes it all worth it. So, anywho, my mom picked me up, and from there, it was a nightmare. She took me to, we were living in Miami. She took me to Fort Lauderdale. She had made an appointment with a clinic just to talk to them. Because this was already after we went to my regular gynecologist, and she did a pregnancy test, you know, blah, 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 found out how far along I was, the whole 9 yards. And this was about a week later. It was a 45-minute drive to Fort Lauderdale. She says, we're just going to go talk to them, see what your options are, blah, 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 blah. And I said, Mom, I don't want to do this. There's no ounce of me that would have an abortion. Not one bit of me would have an abortion. So I got there. It feels like they took me straight back. I don't think I sat down in the lobby or anything. She had talked to them because, of course, I was underage. And I don't know how girls do it, but, I mean, it's your body. You do what you want with your body, but it wasn't something I wanted to do at all. And there was no way. No way was I doing that. And my mom says, well, we're just going to talk to them, blah, blah, blah. So I agreed to talk. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to clip something else heavy down here because it's driving me nuts. And I know that's been bothering you guys. So there, I'm just going to clip a few heavy things on there. Anyway, I'm trying to weight the bottom of it. It actually connects to a pole down there, but it's not working very well. They take me in the back. They take me in a room with a desk. And, no, we're going to go in here. And then we leave that room and we go into an exam room. The nurse walks me in and hands me a gown. And, I look at her. I look back and my mom's not there. And I said to her, wait a minute, I'm just here to talk. Why would I take my clothes off to talk? And she says, oh, no, you're scheduled for an abortion. Really? I walk out the door. My mom comes running behind me, and I can hear her. My mom always wears a slide, not flip-flops, not the ones that go between your toes, but the one that goes across, but they plop. Wait, we're just gonna talk. then the mouth comes out. I called her every name in the book, which I feel bad because she's my mom, but at that point, I was holding a precious thing in my hands, and that was a life. That was a life of a child. And I had to make the decision what was best. For me, for the child, what was best. So, I looked at my mother and I said, it's not for me. If other people want to do that, they can, which I am pro-choice, diehard pro-choice, don't get me wrong. For my personal self, my personal truths and my personal beliefs, I couldn't do it. It's not something I could live with. And at that point, I had to determine what was the best option that I could live with. So, I told my mother, if I have to live on the street, under a bridge, here in Fort Lauderdale, I will. But you, get away from me. Don't touch me. I'm getting emotional, I'm sorry. Don't talk to me. Get away from me. And I started to walk away. And she said, wait. Let's just go home. Let's not talk anymore. We're not going to say another word. Let's just go home. And that's my mom's answer when things get too heated or too emotional or too anything. My mom's thing is, let's just not say a word to each other. Let's get in the car. Let's just go. And at that point, I lived with my grandmother, and she had her own place. I stayed with my grandmother. And my grandmother actually raised me, and, sorry, I have an itch on my nose. This stuff makes my face itch after a while. It's because I feel like my skin can't breathe, but, I mean, this stuff looks amazing when you're done. I am going to rinse it off and show you what it looks like here in a few. But, anyway, long story short, the secret was kept from my grandmother the entire time. When I went into labor, my mom told her that I had a real bad urinary tract infection, and they were admitting me in the hospital. Many years later, before my grandmother passed away, she told me she knew the truth. But I decided to put her up for adoption. I was 16. I was uneducated, unemployed. I had no money. I had nothing to offer a child. So that's what I did. I went and talked to a private attorney that handled adoptions, and I was given a stack like this of folders. At that point, you weren't allowed to have the information about the people. You couldn't have, like, identifying information. They could tell you hair color, eye color, religion, occupation, you know, basic stats for a person you could tell. And I went through all of these, and I found one that they had a daughter that she wound up being 18 months older that I picked. And in it, they were looking for a boy. And I told the attorney, I said, something in my heart, just, these people stand out to me. And she wrote them a letter and asked them how they would feel about a daughter, and they agreed anyway. She was adopted at 3 days old. I think it was 3 or 4. 3 days old, we signed all the paperwork. Her father came to, the guy that got me pregnant, came to the hospital, and he wouldn't sign the paperwork until after I signed, because he wasn't admitting that was his child. My mom had to force him to go upstairs and see the child. My mom said he nearly passed out because she looked so much like him. But I tried many times to have another child due to complications and just other medical issues. I was never able to carry another child full term. I am now 48 years old, and that was my only child. I have found her. I did have some communication with her about 9 years ago. And, I mean, everybody's entitled to whatever they want out of life. And she just chooses to not have any part of me. At first she did, and then I don't know what changed her mind. She gave me her phone number. I would call her once, maybe twice here and there, you know, maybe a month, once every couple of months there. I think I called her a total of maybe 6, 8 times, and she would always say, "Who's this?" I would tell her who I was, and she would hang up and never answer the call again, or answer the call and say, "I have bad signal, blah, 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 I'll call you back." So, but that's her choice, and it was my choice, the decision I made. But I wanted to share something very personal about me, and just, if you're ever in a position where you're in my position, or you have a daughter that's in my position, my advice is just be supportive, no matter how old your child, your daughter is, or your son even that's going through this. Let them make their decision on their own. Just support them. And that's all I can say. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off. I'll be right back. And that is it. One thing I like about this, after you take off the mask, your skin just has, I'm out of breath from running to the bathroom, but your skin has a nice glow to it. And I like that it's slowly over time helping to kind of even my skin tone, especially right through here. I was a synchronized swimmer, and I was in the sun all the time, but that's another story. I hope you guys enjoy this little kind of up close and personal moment with me, where I can share some of my personal truths and just kind of literally take the mask off, just put the makeup aside, and just talk to you guys from my heart. I do love each and every one of you, and I am so appreciative of you watching my videos. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and remember that beauty is from the inside. And all of us are so beautiful when we want to be. I will see you again soon. Have a great day.